Keep us updated on what's happening in your own location. Take a picture if you need to. Make a video if you will, and send to us via email at the 2023 verdict at channelstv.com. Well, we have more reports coming from our correspondents on the field, and as we have them ready, we will most certainly bring them to you. In the meantime, we still have Mr. Dada with us. Okay, I understand Olu is ready. Olu Phillips, our correspondent here in Lagos. Good morning, Olu. So, where exactly are you at this moment?
A brilliant morning to you. I'm in Oshodi, precisely in Methodist Primary School here in Oshodi, a very popular place. This is where all of the materials are leaving for their various polling units. And like I said earlier to the early studio, it seems like we are off on a very late start. Materials are just leaving for their various polling units in this locality, and it tells you that if they're just leaving, you can expect that before they settle in and begin to do the accreditation process and get it on the way, that may also dovetail into how long we're going to spend in this exercise today. So you can see the vehicles coming in and out, trying to get people in, tucked into the buses. I've been able to sense and hear some things going on, bothering around payments, bothering around who to lift who, money is not available and all of that. That speaks to some maybe some logistical issues and all of that. You see the officials gathering in twos and threes in their numbers, discussing in hushed tones. At some point we came in here, they tried to bar us from entry, and I was asking why we can't film here. And if that speaks to anything, that is yet to be seen. But we are here, and from here we'll be moving to the polling units where suspectedly where these officials will be going to, I beg your pardon, to see how they get off on this election day. But I must tell you, as we were coming into this place and driving through, we didn't see the same vibe. We didn't see the same zest that preceded and that joined or that accompanied the presidential elections. We see people milling around town, driving around town with very little restrictions, and anybody stopping anybody, buses are still running, people are just hanging around, and I'm wondering who actually will be voting. Ayo.
Well, that's very interesting, because it doesn't sound like the instruction we heard from the IGP about restriction of movement and all. But anyway, having said that, is that to say that, I mean, from your observation, there aren't many people already at the polling units? I'm curious because, as you said, if the racks are just being emptied at this time, then one wonders exactly what is going to happen, what is happening right now at the polling units.
I hate to think and say that this looks like more like everybody go and deal with your problem. The national issue was the presidential elections, and that has come and gone. This is more like regional, this is more like state, this is like more like just a local thing as it were. But we will move from here. We have all of the live equipment. We're equipped enough. Channel TV is always ready. We are going to go to the polls and see what the numbers are doing. But in terms of the instruction from the IGP, I don't know if that is not being carried out. But the kind of restrictions we saw, I was restricted on February 25th from moving. And it took a lot of interventions from Channel Television's management before we could get past certain areas. But as it were, we had free driving. I have pictures, I have videos of people just milling around. I have bike men, commercial motorcycles driving around town, people eating, food sellers, as it were. This is not the spirit, this is not the kind of scenario, this is not the kind of pictures and videos, sights and sound we want to see on a very important election like this.
Olu, I can see some people behind you, maybe curious to see what you're doing on camera. I wanted to find out, have you been able to speak to some of the people there, whether they're involved, they're going to go out to vote, and whether they're interested in these particular state-level elections? Just curious to know what exactly you're hearing from the people themselves. Have you been able to talk to anyone?
this environment is consumed by people who are REC officials, INEC officials, ad hoc officials who will be working. So anybody you see here is meant to be working. If you look this way, you see some of them are still waiting with their stack of boxes waiting to actually go to their polling unit. We don't know if the problem here is that of logistics, whatever it is. What we know is that these guys have refused to talk to us. When we came in earlier here, we tried to speak to some of them. Rather than speak to us, they were a bit curious and were agitated at what we are doing here. Perhaps they didn't expect that Channels TV will come into localities like this that are tucked in the environment where you don't come here if you can come here. This is what we see here, Ayo.
Thank you very much, Olu. We want to believe that in no distant time from now, you will certainly give us more updates as you go around town. Thank you and well done. Please keep safe. I always say that.